With the 2024 Bahrain weekend coming to a close, Formula One fans will be relatively disappointed by a race result that feels reminiscent of last season, with Max Verstappen taking the first checkered flag of the year and winning his 8th race running. One dramatic moment during the race was Yuki Tsunoda's reaction and late lunge on the cooldown lap on his own teammate Daniel Ricciardo. Why did this happen? Before we get into the video, I would like to thank you for watching and ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. My goal for this video is 20 likes, and it would also be awesome to hit 100 subscribers soon. Thank you. Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda raced on very different strategies during the race. Tsunoda started in P11, and his track position led his side of the pit wall to go for a soft, hard strategy, which was the safer strategy done by many, including Carlos Sainz. This strategy allowed for more wiggle room and didn't force the driver to have to do an extended long stint on a soft toward the end of the race. Daniel Ricciardo started P14 and looked like he was struggling throughout his first soft and hard tire stint. With 20 laps to go, Daniel pitted for a fresh set of softs and began his charge. He made up loads of time, overtaking Ocon and dropping the gap from himself to Tsunoda from 10 seconds to under 1 in the span of roughly 10 laps. In the closing moments of the race, it was clear that Daniel was a quicker car, so the team requested that Yuki and Daniel swap so Daniel can attempt to catch Magnussen ahead. Yuki was not pleased with this request and waited over a lap to let Daniel pass, and at this point, it was too late in the race for Daniel to catch Magnussen.
We've wasted a whole lap.
And they ended up finishing P13 and P14 respectively. This all would have been fine if Yuki didn't accelerate and lock up passing Daniel during the cooldown lap after the race had already ended.
Okay, you had like in turn 1, and then I think it was difficult for most people out there to start with.
What the fuck? I'll save it. It's a fucking helmet.
Why did Yuki act this way? It is commonly known in the paddock and in the F1 community that Yuki Tsunoda is hot-headed and expresses himself on the radio in an angry manner.
I'm telling you, it's so slow! Slowing up here!
Isn't it?
Wow!
Yeah, Gasly. Oh, it's like Yuki.
Seemingly polar opposite compared to the calm radio messages Daniel will produce when angered.
Alonso pitted into traffic. Lando's trying to overcut him. We'd like to sit behind Lando to give Lando that opportunity.
If I sit behind any longer, I'm going to get eaten up by Gasly.
These radio messages have led to many labeling Yuki as immature and caused people to wonder how his emotions may affect his driving. Yuki has been at the second Red Bull team, previously known as AlphaTauri, since 2021, and has been the teammate to Pierre Gasly, Nick de Vries, Liam Lawson briefly, and now Daniel Ricciardo. While Yuki Tsunoda never beat Pierre, he dominated Nick de Vries and has been neck and neck with Daniel and Liam during their fill-in positions last season. This year will be an important one for Yuki and Daniel, as they are both candidates for Checo Perez's seat at the main Red Bull team, with Daniel being the favorite to take back the seat that was once his. I believe that Yuki Tsunoda feels threatened by Daniel's presence in the team and knows that this is a make-or-break season for his Formula One career. While Yuki is heavily slated to join the Aston Martin Honda project in 2026, he will still have to prove to many that he is a worthy driver to drive for a works team and also maintain a position within the sport until this 2026 season, as I see no way for him to move to Aston prior due to the Honda influence affecting their driver decisions. Yuki feels that he must beat Daniel to guarantee himself a spot in the sport, and this attitude has caused him to act very emotional when asked to swap with Daniel and let him through.
Yuki, driver swap.
Are you kidding me now?
So Yuki doesn't love that idea.
In my opinion, Daniel was the quicker car, and the call by the team to switch the two cars could have had the off chance of them scoring a place in the bottom of the points if there was a late safety car or yellow flag. If Yuki had allowed Daniel through when requested, I believe that if Daniel did not end up catching the cars ahead, they could have even swapped again, allowing Yuki to finish ahead. The childish, sarcastic radio of Tsunoda didn't help, with him stating,
Yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate it.
after the team requested a swap. Following that, Yuki expressed concerns that Daniel was not fast enough, even though he was quickly gaining on Magnussen.
Yeah, guys, you better speed up, man.
Loud and clear, Yuki. Just do your best.
He's not fast. He's not fast at all.
Even after the race during the cooldown lap, Yuki sent a late lunge on Daniel and locked up, almost causing an accident between the two drivers. It is clear that the Red Bull higher-ups, such as Helmut Marko, already thought that Yuki was not mature enough for the Red Bull top team, as they sought to bring back Daniel and have experimented with drivers outside of their academy, such as Nick de Vries. Actions like this will not help Yuki's case, as in no way was Daniel in the wrong for the team suggesting him to be let through. This action makes Yuki look childish and tarnishes his image and overall decent weekend by the Japanese driver. Daniel handled the situation professionally, as I can imagine other drivers being very upset if their own teammate had an outburst in this manner. I think this highlights a major difference in the attitude amongst the two drivers. Daniel feels confident he can outperform Yuki, while Yuki is scared that he won't be able to outperform Daniel. While throughout practice Daniel looked faster, Yuki was the one who got ahead in qualifying, out-qualifying Daniel by roughly a tenth and a half. The difference wasn't major, but did result in a 3-place grid difference amongst the two drivers. Throughout the race, Yuki looked faster than Daniel in the first two stints, but Daniel was rapid towards the end and quickly caught up to Yuki. Both drivers looked similarly matched in general throughout the weekend, and I believe that the car simply did not have the pace for the points today. Today's drama made me believe that VCarb's driver lineup will not be as smooth sailing as the media painted it to be. Yuki and Daniel look very similarly matched at the moment, and it appears that they will share the same part of the track for the majority of the season, causing many on-track battles. Hopefully in the future Yuki will be more level-headed and we can see more fair fights between these two drivers as they fight for the 2025 Red Bull seat. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to look out for my Bahrain review video coming out this Monday.